The dawn of a streaming giant, Twitch's humble beginnings. Twitch started as Justin.tv in 2007. Justin.tv allowed people to broadcast their lives online. The gaming category quickly became popular. In 2011, Twitch.tv was launched for video game streaming. It catered directly to the gaming community. This focus led to its early success. Twitch became the go-to for esports and casual game streaming. Amazon's big bet acquisition and the surge of growth. By 2014, Twitch's dominance in the game streaming market was undeniable. Amazon, the e-commerce and cloud computing behemoth, saw a significant opportunity. In August 2014, Amazon announced it was acquiring Twitch for nearly $1 billion. This was a substantial investment. It signaled Amazon's serious intent to enter the booming online video and gaming space. The acquisition made headlines worldwide. The acquisition by Amazon provided Twitch with vast resources. It gained access to Amazon's robust infrastructure, including its powerful cloud services. This technological backing was crucial for supporting Twitch's continued rapid growth. Amazon's financial strength also meant Twitch could invest more in development and expansion. Under Amazon's ownership, Twitch began to expand its content horizons. While gaming remained its core, the platform actively encouraged diversification. New categories like IRL, in real life, music, art, and talk shows started to flourish. This strategy aimed to broaden Twitch's appeal beyond the gaming community. Amazon Prime members received benefits like free channel subscriptions, further integrating Twitch into Amazon's ecosystem. This period solidified Twitch's position as a streaming giant. Stars of the stream, the power of high-profile personalities. A significant driver of Twitch's massive success was its high-profile streamers. These individuals became online celebrities, commanding huge audiences. Streamers like Ninja, Shroud, and Pokimane, among many others, built dedicated fan bases. Their personalities, gaming skills, or entertainment value attracted millions of viewers. These top-tier streamers were essential to Twitch's ecosystem. They brought in new users and kept existing ones engaged for hours. These influential personalities did more than just play games or create content. They cultivated vibrant communities around their channels. Features like live chat, subscriptions, and donations fostered a strong sense of connection. Viewers felt like they were part of an exclusive club or a group of friends. Streamers often interacted directly with their audience, responding to comments and acknowledging supporters. This level of engagement was a key differentiator for Twitch. The relationship between Twitch and its top creators was symbiotic, yet sometimes complex. Twitch invested in retaining these stars through exclusive contracts and partnership programs. The rise of these streamer personalities transformed online entertainment. Early tremors, initial cracks in Twitch's armor. Despite its soaring popularity and growth, Twitch began to show early signs of strain. The challenges of managing a large, diverse, and often unruly global community became increasingly apparent. One of the first persistent issues was inconsistent policy enforcement. Streamers and viewers alike often expressed confusion and frustration over how Twitch applied its rules. Bans and suspensions sometimes seemed arbitrary or disproportionately applied. This led to accusations of favoritism towards larger, more profitable streamers. The rapid scaling of the platform also brought significant moderation challenges. With millions of hours of live content being broadcast daily, effectively monitoring everything was a monumental task. Automated systems could only do so much. Human moderation struggled to keep pace with the sheer volume and the nuances of online interactions. This difficulty was particularly evident in managing hate speech, harassment, and other forms of toxic behavior in chats and streams. The platform often seemed reactive rather than proactive in addressing these issues. These early tremors were indicative of deeper structural issues. Section 5. The Great Advertiser. Exodus brands take flight in 2024. The simmering concerns over content and brand safety on Twitch reached a boiling point in late 2024. A significant number of major advertisers decided to pull their advertising campaigns from the platform. Companies like JP Chase and Chevron were among the first to withdraw their substantial advertising budgets. They were soon followed by other prominent brands, including AT&T and Dunkin' Donuts. The reasons cited by these departing advertisers were consistent and deeply concerning for Twitch. Brand safety was a primary issue. Companies were increasingly worried about their advertisements appearing alongside or in association with hateful rhetoric, anti-Semitism, and highly divisive content. The financial impact of this advertiser exodus was immediate and significant for Twitch. Streamers also felt the pinch, with some reporting drastic drops in their ad-based income. This exodus was a critical turning point for Twitch. It underscored the growing power advertisers wield in demanding safer online environments. Section 6. Content in crisis, moderation challenges boil over. The advertiser exodus was a symptom of a deeper content moderation crisis that engulfed Twitch throughout 2024. The platform faced intense scrutiny for what many perceived as inconsistent and inadequate enforcement of its own policies. This was particularly evident in its handling of politically sensitive content, especially discussions surrounding the Israel-Palestine conflict. Allegations of unchecked anti-Semitism and Islamophobia on the platform became widespread. Critics argued that Twitch was too slow to act or failed to apply its rules evenly across different streamers and viewpoints. In response to the mounting criticism, Twitch CEO Dan Clancy issued statements affirming the platform's stance. He emphasized that Twitch does not tolerate racism, hatred, or harassment, including anti-Semitism and Islamophobia. However, these reassurances did little to quell the storm for many. Organizations like the Anti-Defamation League publicly called on Twitch to take more effective and transparent measures. The gap between stated policy and perceived reality of enforcement remained a significant point of contention. Section 7. TwitchCon 2024. Controversy takes center stage. TwitchCon, the platform's annual convention intended to celebrate its community and creators, became a major flashpoint for controversy in September 2024. Instead of being a purely positive event, it inadvertently highlighted many of the issues plaguing Twitch. One particular panel, hosted by the Arabs podcast and featuring streamer Frogan, drew significant negative attention. The panel reportedly included segments where streamers' Arabness was ranked. The situation was exacerbated by the visual presentation of the controversial panel. The backdrop prominently displayed logos of major event sponsors, including Chevron and Samsung. This direct association of respected corporate brands with contentious and offensive content sparked immediate outrage. Chevron, already concerned about divisive rhetoric, was reportedly considering cutting ties with TwitchCon specifically due to such incidents. The content of the panel itself was widely condemned. Panelists, including Frogan, were accused of making derogatory and offensive comments. The TwitchCon 2024 controversy served as a microcosm of the broader challenges Twitch was facing. Section 8. Financial strains and reactive policy shifts. Beyond the advertiser exodus and content crises, Twitch faced mounting financial pressures. Advertising sales had reportedly plateaued since the peak of the COVID-19 pandemic. This slowdown in ad revenue growth was a worrying trend for a platform heavily reliant on advertising income. Numerous streamers reported significant drops in their earnings from ads displayed on their channels. Despite its massive user base and cultural impact, Twitch's financial contribution to its parent company Amazon was surprisingly small. In 2023, Twitch reportedly accounted for less than 0.5% of Amazon's total revenue. Moreover, there were persistent reports that Twitch had been consistently losing money for Amazon. In response to the intense backlash and the clear financial implications, Twitch announced significant updates to its policies in November 2024. One notable change was the addition of the term Zionist to its hate speech guidelines when used as a slur. Another key policy update was the introduction of a new content label, Politics and Sensitive Social Issues. These updates represented a clear attempt to regain control and reassure stakeholders. Section 9. Twitch's Crossroads. An Uncertain Future and Industry Lessons. The turmoil of 2024 saw active campaigns against Twitch. Former Twitch creator Dan Saltman initiated a campaign pressuring advertisers to sever ties with the platform. He also called for the resignation of Twitch CEO Dan Clancy. Saltman, previously banned for harassment, claimed to have contacted over 100 advertisers. This campaign added external pressure on the streaming service. Today, in mid-2025, Twitch stands at a significant crossroads. The platform has updated policies and vowed stricter enforcement. Rebuilding trust with advertisers, creators, and the community will be a long process. The path ahead is uncertain, but the lessons learned will resonate across the industry.